In the spring of the year 184, Zhang raised the Chinese people against the decadent and corrupt Han Dynasty. Followers of Zhang proudly wore yellow cloths around their heads. Thus was born the Yellow Turban Rebellion. The beleaguered Han sent out their call for help and ordered a campaign against the Yellow Turbans, who numbered in the hundreds of thousands. From all across the country, brave men and women stood to answer this call of duty. Their stories, their legends are about to begin. The campaign against the Yellow Rebels was successful. However, the hard-won peace was short-lived. Emperor Ling died, and the land was once again plunged into war. One man clawed his way to the top during this time of turmoil. His name was Dong Jiu. Dong seized control of the armies and enlisted as his personal bodyguard the fierce Lu Bu. Secure in this power, he began his own despotic rule. Han loyalists determined to end the depravity of Dong Jiu. They gathered their forces into a strong alliance and chose Yuan Shao to lead them. In 191, the two forces met at the impregnable Hu Lao Gate. The battle to save the Han was once again about to begin. The alliance had destroyed the ambition of Dong Zhuo. Still, the Han remained powerless as each lord began to dream his own dreams of conquest and power. War once again brings chaos to China. Each lord pitted his ambition and his remaining men against all comers. The Warring States period was at hand. Two lords stood out: Yuan Shao, master of the 4 provinces of Hebei, and Cao Cao, guardian of the emperor. In the year 200, these great lords faced off at Guan. Only one would survive to gain control of the richest land of China. The heavens weep. The land groans. Battle once again is joined. The alliance had destroyed the ambition of Dong Zhuo. Still, the Han remained powerless as each lord began to dream his own dreams of conquest and power. In the year 200, Cao Cao defeats Yuan Shao and gains control over the Central Plains. Supreme power rests in his hand, and his forces grow tremendously. Cao Cao works to bring the entire land under his control. In 208, he personally leads his men south to Jing. After years of wandering, Liu Bei had finally come to rest in Jing. Now he must find a way to escape the overwhelming force soon to reach him. The alliance had destroyed the ambition of Dong Zhuo. Still, the Han remained powerless as each lord began to dream his own dreams of conquest and power. Chief among these was Cao Cao. He gains control of the emperor, defeats Yuan Shao, and wins control over most of the north. In 208, Cao Cao began his southern campaign. He easily gained control of Jing and continued on towards Yang, the land ruled by Sun Quan. Sun called up his elite naval forces to thwart the invasion. However, he was still vastly outnumbered. Zhou Yu commands the defense. Victory or death, the defense of Wu begins. Cao Cao emerges victorious from his battle with the vastly larger forces of Yuan Shao. His victory makes him the Lord of the Central Plains. By the year 208, Cao Cao had consolidated his hold over most of northern China. He turned his attention south. Cao easily conquered Jing and scattered Liu Bei and his men. He then pushed east in an attempt to take Yang. Sun Quan, ruler of Yang, was greatly outnumbered. Still, he sent his small but very skilled navy out to meet the forces of Cao Cao. Cao Cao must face the Wu Navy and its general, Zhou Yu, in a battle the likes of which he has never fought before. The naval forces of Sun Quan deal Cao Cao a major defeat. Cao Cao is forced to relinquish even his recently won Jing as he is driven back north. The real benefactor of this battle is Liu Bei. As Cao is driven back, he gains control of southern Jing. He later moves to Shu and builds his forces. In the year 215, Sun Quan and Liu Bei plan a joint attack on Cao Cao. They agree to move north, Sun Quan to Hefei and Liu Bei to Hanzhong. Sun Quan gathers 100,000 men and personally begins the invasion. In Wei, Cao Cao is informed of the attack and personally leads his army to repel the invasion. He swears to repay Sun for his humiliating defeat at Chibi. At Changban, Liu Bei barely escapes with his life. Joining forces with Sun Quan, he manages to destroy Cao Cao's pursuit. At the same time, he regains control of Jing. They call this the Battle of Chibi. With Jing as a base, Liu Bei turns west to Shu. Winning control of Shu, he is finally in a position to begin Zhuge Liang's Heavenly Triangle. However, Sun feels threatened by Bei's growth. He allies with Wei, and together they seize control of Jing. A furious Bei swears revenge. By 221, Bei's army had been attacking Yiling Castle for a year. The men are exhausted and so worn out that at first they do not notice Wu's counterattack. Sun Quan manages to capture Hefei. Liu Bei is also successful in capturing Hanzhong. With this, the three countries stand equal in size and strength. However, without the common threat of a powerful Wei to unite them, relations between Shu and Wu sour. Without warning, battle erupts between the two. In the year 221, Liu Bei leads a large force east to Yiling Castle and makes his camp beside the Changjiang River. Sun Quan, under cover of darkness, plans a surprise attack. With the fates of Wu and Shu hanging in the balance, the battle begins. Victorious at the Battle of Chibi, Cao Cao goes on to take the major cities of Wu and Jingye. The majority of the land now lies in his control. Liu Bei flees east to the land of Shu. There he takes control and nurses his strength. He moves to take control of Jing as well. After gathering strength, Liu Bei begins to make frequent forays into the lands held by Cao Cao. In 234, Liu Bei, guided by Zhuge Liang, moves with an army of over 100,000 to the plains of Wujiang. Cao Cao, backed by Sima Yi, moves to stop him. Two brilliant strategists, only one outcome. The fate of China is about to be decided. Liu Bei manages to defeat the forces of Sun Quan at Ling and retake Jing. He goes on to take all of Wu. Now there are only two forces in the land. In 227, Bei begins a campaign against the traitor who destroyed the Han, Cao Cao and his Wei. However, the brilliant offensive strategies of Shu's Zhuge Liang are countered by the superb defensive planning of Wei's Sima Yi. Neither can hold an advantage for very long. In 234, Liu Bei moves to break the deadlock. Following Zhuge's advice, he moves his forces to the plains of Wujiang. Cao Cao moves once again to stop Liu Bei's advance. He heads with Sima Yi to Wujiang. Two armies, two brilliant strategists, only one outcome. The fate of China is about to be decided.